Hey, tell me if you can at least hear me, and maybe I can get the other part straightened out. Tell me, can you hear me now? Hello, hello. I hate this sound crap problems I'm always having. I'm going to have to... go back over here. All right, you hear me? Okay. Now let me just see. I'm going to kill the screen share and see if I can get it back now and where y'all can hear it. I've been having problems with this screen share and the sound. All right. Let's see if you can hear it now. Let me know if you can hear the song now. No, now it's coming out of my damn computer still. Shit. That's not good. Well, I might have to just end this show and start back over. I don't know why it's not working. Let's see. Damn. Let me unplug my microphone. All right, I'm gonna try the sound again. See if it comes through where it's supposed to. Nope, sure didn't. Okay. You could hear it. Now you're saying you could hear it. That's not cool. All right, what in the world? It's not super loud when I'm playing it. And it's not coming through my microphone now like it usually does because I tried to switch it. And I might just have to kill this and come back when I get it figured out. Damn it. I got to be able to share with sound. All right, let me see. You're saying you can hear it. Well, I'll mute myself.
When Mandela affected, oh no, where did that go? Mandela affected, oh no. I said we going Mandela affected, oh no, where did that go? And we all infected, oh no. I said daydreamer dream.
They said I'm just a daydreamer dreaming with my head always motherfucking in the ceiling. But it seems that the shoes got that hexens. Y'all ain't really fucking seeing y'all affected. But now you got 6 holes in your fucking face, man. What is you been sleeping? No one is mistaking me for logically frustrated. Cause now I know that there's always been 6 people seated in the JFK assassination. But of course all the vets know vets go heroin. Logically frosty, he shouldn't be like this. Honestly, he should be cold as shit. Why does he need a scarf and what's the point of it? Be careful what you wish for in the matrix glitch. Where I'm fucking from, it wasn't like this. But at least it's nice to know I'm not alone in shifts.
When Mandela affected, oh no, where did that go? Mandela affected, oh no. I said we going Mandela affected, oh no, where did that go? And we all infected, oh no. I said daydreaming.
You shifty bastards, your wrists are tethered as your pulses under your thumb no longer centered. Your shrinking factor, here and after. Not even talking that quick, it's just that time is moving faster. You're lost in the facts since reality's hack, bitch. Like summoning demons with these dancing tactics. Like Sam psychiatric, blending semantics. Losing your stars and stripes as the demons demanded. Running in circles, but to whose advantage? It's a sense from the creators while on Satan's sandwich. No longer get scared from Ricky Ricardo's laughter. In fact, I slap a bitch just to hear someone in the chatter. Like someone in a bar quoting it like it matters. Cause this isn't my home, it's a slain and disaster. I'll the fuck could this be? Someone tell me, yo, can't say.
When Mandela affected, oh no, where did that go? Mandela affected, oh no. I said we going Mandela affected, oh no, where did that go? And we all infected, oh no. I said daydreaming.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay? I'm still screen sharing, but the song is over, so just let me know that you can still hear me okay. Hey, 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 no despair. Bear. Satetic Warrior. Jellyhead. Jason Starr. Michelle. Dan Keeper. Chicago Artist. Brian Stavely Stavely. Chris from South Jersey. Matt Prince. All right. Let's see who else. Mojo Shop. Hey, hey, neighbor. Jennifer Kingsling. Hey, hey. Yeti. Hey, hey. All right. So there's a pretty good Mandela effect that I forgot about, and we never talk about it. It seems. So I'm gonna say hi ho, it's blank, blah 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 blank, whatever we go. All right, so what is it, folks? What do y'all remember? I text a couple people and I called a few people, and all of them said the exact same thing that I remember the song being. So hi ho, it's dun, 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 we go. Yeah, I don't know why we don't talk about this one more. Right. There you go, Jelly. There you go, Jellyhead. That's what everybody, my mom, my sister, and friends have said. Of course, it's off to work we go. But it's never been that now now that the Mandela effect has gotten a hold of it, at whatever point it did. But it is not that any longer. And I'm going to show you. Oh, it's still off. Yeah, the off is still there, of course. So Disney fans shocked to discover Seven Dwarfs don't sing "It's Off to Work We Go." Disney fans are claiming the Seven Dwarfs never actually sing "It's Off to Work We Go" in the iconic song from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The 1937 animated classic tells the story of a character who meets grumpy, sneezy, sleazy, Doc, dopey, happy, and bashful, and then the miners frequently burst into a song belting out one of the film's most famous tracks, "Hi Ho." But one viewer claimed the seven actually sing "It's Home from Work We Go" rather than the commonly sung lyric "It's Off to Work We Go." And that's what it is now, folks. It's off. It's home. It's home from work we go. So the off is gone. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's just home from work we go. So the off isn't there at all, and home has been added, and from. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. I don't think it's like another American Family Publishers. Ain't nobody heard of that. Ain't nobody heard of it's from home. It's home from work we go. Here is the. Let's see. Here is the song. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get in trouble. This has almost 2 million views. Hi ho, it's off to work I go is the name of it, but it clearly says here, hi ho, it's home from work we go. Right there in it. I'm not going to play it. You can play it for yourself, whatever, but it's home from work we go now, not it's off to work we go. That's the reality we live in now, whatever timeline, I don't know. But, that's not what I remember, and obviously not what many other people remember. So, yeah, it looks like y'all are just as confused and have the same memory as I do. So, and many others, like I said. So there you go, Disney fans. Shocked to discover. Yes, we're shocked too. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Get rid of this. Okay. Hi ho, it's off to woke we go. So this is a new article that somebody came out with. Well, not new. It's from January, but still. Hi ho, it's off to woke we go. Paralympic swimmer Will Perry will have dwarfism, defends who has dwarfism, defends No White remake and says we shouldn't cancel a fairy tale that's so loved after Peter Dinklage attacked it. So yeah, this guy remembers off to work. Well, he says off to woke, but still, yeah, that's Residue. All righty. Oops. Disney Dreamlight Valley looks like Animal Crossing with Kingdom Hearts twist. Let's see. Let's hit the F3 on this one. That one's not going to help me there. Let's see. Trying to see what this one was. It should be that one. Yeah, right. No. Hold on. Da-da-da. Where is it? Why can't I find it? Oh, I hate when you can't find it. Okay, well, I can't find that one, so we will skip that one. And what do we have here? Come on, Tommy. Oh, there it is. With pots and pans, they sang, hi ho, it's off to work we go. There you go, right there. I'll blow it up for you so you can see. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Yep. All righty then. And that was from this May. Moving on, Avril Lavigne, or whatever, however you say her name, the singer, says, I've always been fascinated by conspiracy theories. If I let myself, I could go down a deep, dark hole on YouTube watching all things Mandela effect for hours. So imagine that, Avril Lavigne, or whatever the hell you say her name. She might be watching our videos. Yep. This is Frankston's Ford dealer has a few rare jewels on its showroom floor. Frankston, the Mandela effect is a very real phenomenon. Imagine thinking you recall an event in vivid detail only to find out your recollection is wrong. Perhaps the namesake of this phenomenon might be the most famous example, many people remembering Nelson Mandela dying in prison, blah, blah, blah. It's entirely possible, however, that another commonly mistaken Mandela effect moment is even more prolific. And it says, Luke and your father didn't go that way. It's a minor detail, but the kind of important. Darth Vader never says the word Luke. We've been uttering that phrase into box fans our whole lives, and we got it wrong. Let's see. So imagine my surprise when I was realized that I had been wrongfully remembering the showroom window at the Lade Ford in Frankston at least since 2004. It was an honest mistake. In 2004, I drove past Lade Ford on my way to Tyler, like I've done hundreds of times since the age of 16. I was 38 at this point and somewhat of a gearhead. Let's see. I'm trying to see where he actually gets to the Mandela part, but a brand new Ford GT sat in the window, not a Mustang GT or a Ford GT. It was a Halo car. He just said his memory, he had memories formulating of a showroom window of the, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I guess he, who knows? I don't know. That one's stupid. Okay, so we're moving on to Sally Fields. There is so much Sally Fields residue out there. It's unbelievable. And yes, we know her brother works at CERN. Okay, but we're not saying CERN's doing the Mandela effect. All righty, so here you go. Just one after another. Sally Fields, Sally Fields, Sally Fields, Sally Fields, Sally Fields. These are in books, folks. That made it past the editor. Bunches and bunches of books with Sally Fields. Right here, this book, Sally Fields, Places in the Heart, filmed in Texas. A movie about the South, its community, and the separate lives and goals in the midst of multiple tragedies and natural disasters. Gives Danny Glover and Sally Fields a wonderful opportunity to reveal how talented and intuitive they both are in front of the camera. Sally Fields, not Sally Field. Right here we have, oops, get it built up here. Here we have a dress of Sally Fields that went on auction. It says Nolan Miller watercolor sketch of Sally Fields dress designed for the Academy Awards. A delicate likeness of Sally Fields in a violet silk chiffon gown. Then it says down here, the border is labeled Sally Fields Academy Awards. So if I zoom in enough, we're going to see that where they put, oops. It's over there. That's just too small for us to try and see that. But still, there you go. More Sally Fields. Residue for you. And I have my phone not on. There we go. Okay. Here's another book. It says The Drive by Night's Joe Fabrini had done the bandit's primary goal is to bed carry Frog, played by Sally Fields, with an S, of course, while humiliating Buford T. Justice. This is a good one. As for Johnny Carson, after the first time Baxter was on, Carson, knew Baxter Black, and the crowd liked him too. It was like they were accepting us as ranchers and cattlemen. That was a real payoff. I likened it to the moment when Sally Fields accepted her Academy Award. Here, Pitt does a Sally Field impression. You love me. You really love me. Well, they really love Baxter. But since everybody thinks thinks of Baxter as one of us, he makes us feel like we're welcome too. Isn't that nice? And they got the "you love me, you really love me" in there too. How about that? Imagine that. And this book here, 12 minutes later, Rep and Melissa leaned over Melissa's laptop looking at Burt Reynolds and Sally Fields in a scene from the early 70s movie called Smokey and the Bandit. Fields, more Fields, all Fields. And don't forget, I met a doctor last month that his last name was Field, and he knew Sally Fields as Fields, not Field like his last name. Imagine that. Just a smart doctor. Well, not so smart anyway, but you know, still. Oh dear. All righty. And we did that one. And another book titled Sally Fields. The Cambridge Book of Essential Quotations. The name of the book is Sally Fields. Okay, nothing to see here. Nothing at all. Bette Midler. Oh boy, what do we got here? Oh, they want me to subscribe. Aren't they nice? Okay, Bette Midler is still the blah blah blah. Yeah, it's not going to let us see this one, but it was Sally Fields too. Trust that. Trust me. All right. Can't we all hit a bong? Just hit a bong. Can't we get along? And this one says, I was a brand new teacher and they wanted me to be a part of the team, to quote Sally Fields. You like me. You really like me. So we had the love one. Now we have the like one. Imagine that. Okay. HBO. Winning time cast photos are iPhone's new wallpaper, whatever the heck. Okay, right here. Those lively images tell us all we need to know. Sally Fields resting her feet on a basketball with a cigarette. Sally Fields. All right. Brad Paisley and Jimmy Allen, the country singer. Jimmy Allen, country singer Brad Paisley. I'll be the Sally Fields to your Burt Reynolds anytime. Sally Fields. Imagine that. Right there. There's the tweet. I'll be your Sally Fields I'll be the Sally Fields to your Burt Reynolds anytime. All right. In defiance of the Amazing Spider-Man franchise. And somewhere in here, I don't even know if I feel like looking for it, but holy moly. Yeah. I can't remember. I think that's the Sally Fields one too. Let's just go ahead and put the F3 in. Yep, right there. I also argue that this Aunt May, played by Sally Fields, is the best we've seen of the role. She seems to be the only one realistically concerned about her child being in danger. Sally Fields. For you. 19 movies to watch this Independence Day. This was uploaded from yesterday or 2 days, July 2nd. Sorry. It was updated 2 days ago, 22 hours ago. But just can't get that out right, can I? All right. This should be, again, Sally Fields. Yep. No one expects much from this sticky, bullied, low IQ underdog, but with great mentoring from his mom, played by Sally Fields. Our hero, Forrest, played by Tom Hanks, yanks on many wanks to help fill up sperm banks. Sorry. Yeah. Hanks beats all the expectations. Of course. He's your man. Your yes man. Illuminati man. All righty. Where can I stream Independence Day? 9 other great movies to watch on the 4th of July. Again. And the cast stars. This is Forrest Gump. So again, it's talking about it, but it's a different article. Stars: Robin Wright, Gary Sinise, Sally Fields. What do you know? Fields. Okay. Fourth annual Covert Bandit Run raises funds for Make-A-Wish Foundation. You can bet that's going to be Sally Fields, which starred Burt Reynolds and Sally Fields. An action comedy film. Nothing to see here. Whoa, not too far with it. All right. All righty then. that was about it, I do believe. Yeah, that was good. 33 watching. Uh-oh, Illuminati confirmed. Oh, dear. So we don't ever have any proof or residue, do we, of anything to back our memories up? No. Of course not. Oh, man, let me do another shout out here. Mojo Shop, Isabella Live 2.0, and Gaynar, Jellyhead, Jennifer Kingsling, Boston Ray, Mud Flood Adventures. All good, Ray. Synthetic Warrior, Dr. Evils, Tonette, DQs, I guess. Michelle, Ganaball, Rick, Malcolm, Jenny, Yeti, and Matt Prince, Brian. Okay, get back up to the top there. All right, so no scare bear. All right. So let's see here. Oh yes, did I show you that? Did I show you all those Sally Field books? Yeah, I think I did show you all those. Tons and tons of Sally Field books. All right, so let me just play a song here. Yeah, I missed 420 and I've got the bong packed, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the bong, and then we will continue on. And if anybody wants to join me to talk about Mandela effects, I'm not gonna be on for hours and hours, but I'll be around for a little while. So if you want to join me for 5 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever, whatever, you can do that. And just hang tight and I'll get you if you join the show in a minute here. Let me mute. Oh, let me just get that. Okay.
Watching the sun bake, thinking it looks fake. All of the skies outside are covered in goo. Smoking a big dew, watching the YouTube. Time to go in now, but what can he do? Staley's going live again in Centerville, searching for truth, taking some calls. Some people claim something wrong with his brain, 'cause he knows we don't live on the ball. Chatting and ranting about the moon landing, community strikes and hate speech on YouTube. But he's such a cutie when he shakes his booty. He says Neil deGrasse and Bill Nye take the loop. Staley's live tonight, but not in Centralville. No one even knows that's now what it's called. All of his subs know he's not gay or insane, but they know he's got something for Paul. Big stones and flip-flops, big man and his truth drops. Plenty of proof that our memories are good. Mandela effective, the facts are collected. It's a beautiful day now in this neighborhood. Stavely streaming truth tonight in Centerville. Karen Beyond, caller watching the chat. Some people claim we've got nothing to gain, but we know it's still and it's flat. Canal runs north to south now. Most people claim it was once east to west. It's not magic mirror, but we can see clearer, 'cause everyone here knows that we're the fucking best. Stapley's premiering videos tonight in Centerville. Might be at work or even in bed. Sometimes he claims he's going live on the main, but he don't. He gets Stavely instead. Everyone, he gets Stavely instead.
Yes. He got too Stavely instead. Oh dear man. Alrighty then. Yes, this place is changing and it's mad. There's a song I love so much because it's so relevant to things that are going on. And I'm so tempted to just play it. I have probably played it before, but I'm sure that I've gotten copyright for it. But it's by Bally or Mally. Mally, I think it is. I don't know. Bally or Mally. But anyway. And in one of the lines it says, everything is changing. Everything is rearranging. Yep. That's for sure it is. So we have Mr. Morgan. Hello.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
wild. Yeah, perfectly.
Ooh,
Team,
I
I've got
cannot hear you.
notice
Let me
for-
see if I can hear you with
Oh.
my. If you're coming through here now. Yes, I can hear you with the
Oh,
ear.
excellent. Go live on your channels.
Sweet.
Add. Ooh, the restream that you have up for yours, since I'm used, is excellent, my friend. I mean, well, maybe because I've got a screen that I'm looking at, right, the purple one. It has selection for go live on your channels, as well on mine. Add more viewers. Oh wow! How well? I'm not going to utilize that this time. But
well, we did that last night with Ray, and it worked out. Actually,
Right.
it was the first time we did it. So yeah,
I just
thought it was-
noticed that on mine before I came up. I was just looking at that because I was setting up the thing I wanted to show before I came up, because I was just about to go do live stream, and then I saw you going up, and I thought, you know what, I might as well go and tell them what I'm doing, because
Sure.
I got arrested or whatever, right? Like a couple days ago.
Mhm.
And then like, I went to Chatham, and I was like, well, I'm going to stay in Chatham and visit with friends. You know what I mean? And instead of coming right back, besides, you don't want to go right back to where, because obviously I wasn't going to jail. I just got picked up and given, the papers and stuff. They seemed really good about it, actually, because the landlord was robbing people and all that kind of stuff. And then he came to come into the place or whatever. It's like, no, he wouldn't even give me his name and stuff like that. And I mean, I've got it to show as a clip or whatever, but the thing is, the guy even brought his, I know to stay inside when you're dealing with him or everything, right? And the thing was, all of a sudden I looked over, he had his kid there, hidden up against the wall like this, training to rob people. You get what I'm saying, right? The landlord had his kid there, like 14, 15-year-old kid there, training him to rob from the people on disability and poor people. So that was too much for me, right? I was like, oh, wow. So you brought your kid to teach him how. So I just had to go in the hallway and humiliate them. You know what I mean? Like not, I didn't hit anybody, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Just speak the truth to him, right? Well, he's
Right,
I walked them out, and then at one point, I was asking the kid, I go, are you learning? You're learning what happens when you rob people, you know what I mean? You treat people, you know what I mean? Like that, So I spit on his dad as well. I remember, I go, and you can't do anything about it, kid. I go, look, I want you to understand, because I cared about the kid, right? It's like, look, I want you to understand that you don't get to do what you're, you know what I mean? Let me show you what else you get to enjoy. Here, that your hat, you're dead. Nope, now it's my hat. Oh, you're a big, no, you own the whole building. You can do whatever you want, but you can't get your hat back, can you? Yeah, big man there. Hey, kid, look at your dad. Threw the hat out, you know what I mean? Anyway, you can hear it all in the hallway. Like, you can hear me all.
We all lose it from time to time. So,
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
but the thing was, so I just went back and then kept on stream or whatever, and 2 hours goes by on the stream, and then finally they show up. But they were pretty good. So at first, I wasn't even go with them. I was even going to slam the door in their face and be like, "No, we're not doing this." But they were. The two kids were. It was just a couple of young guys. They were really good. I went to slam the door in their faces. They didn't even move. They both had their hands in their pockets looking down. So I was like, wait, you know what I mean? As I slammed the door, right? I was like, they're not even trying to stop it, right? They're just like, so, you know what I mean? In my head, I thought, the guy recorded the thing that was going on. So unless he hit volume up, they would have heard what I was saying. They would have heard me speaking logically about, hey, your dad's like ripping people up. You know what I mean? Like, they're really bad. You get what I'm saying, right? They would have heard me speaking as well. Oh, and then he tried to charge me with a bunch of stuff and would have been telling them what to do. I'm sure they hate that, right? So when I looked at all of a sudden, I looked at the charges, I was like, I know what the cops did immediately. Well, first of all, when they came to the door, you know how you can be mad at someone if they look like they're giving you an attitude, but if they don't, if they're just standing there, hey man, oh, and it was like, it's like, oh, and it's like, because I was like, this is bullshit, or whatever, and they weren't saying anything like, you're going to, or we got, you know what I mean? They were just like, you know what I mean, right? So I was like, I'm not doing this, and I shut the door, and as I was shutting the door, like, I noticed their hands not even moving. So I was like, well, dudes, I go, you guys are just here. You get, and he's like, and then he gave me the eyes, right? He go, right? Just quickly, right? And that's when I realized, I was like, I'm not going to jail. You get what I'm saying, right? I was like, I'm not going to jail. So I asked a question, right? I got to smoke a doobie here. I came because I wanted to like relax with friends rather than just try and talk on my own and end up going negative rather than positive, because I wanted to give the blessing of, like on my end, I felt I needed to do what I needed to do. And yes, before I spit on him, I said a little prayer going, Lord, I know this will catch me the assault. Right.
Yeah.
It's called a common assault. Now, I know it's assault. What common assault means is if you think, oh, so you're going to jail, this and that. No, that's why they don't take it to jail. It's more like, okay, you caught a common one with the landlord, and it's
civil kind of, almost civil,
almost. You got it, Tommy. They're like, that's almost domestic. So, it's.
I've dealt with slumlords before, believe me.
Thank you. So understanding that, they were like completely based. Actually, what the kid said to me was reasonable, because I remember thinking to myself, if I were evaluating these guys, right? Not like going, oh, what am I thinking right now? That's what I go into, right? If I was evaluating these guys on how they're doing their jobs, I would say, your guys' job is just to transport me to the, you know what I mean, in my own head, right? Is just to transport me to the spot so that they can get it all written down without any incident. Like, you know what I mean? Like just, and so I asked my wife, oh yeah, you can hear me saying, so what's going on here, guys? Right? Like after, I'm saying, like, because I was going to shut it on them. And I go, I don't want to shut the door on you guys. I don't think I elaborated, but it was because they weren't doing anything wrong. So he said, well, then don't. Like, he followed the thing. Right? He goes, well, then don't. He goes, we just got to do our thing. And then he said, and I go, so what's going on here, guys? That's when he went. And I realized he can't tell you the supervisor is going to say, yeah, cut him loose. You know what I mean? Like, cut him loose, right? It's because they got to be honest. You got to wait for the supervisor to say, yeah, of course, cut him loose. But they go by what the cops say when it's a non thing where they need to put you away because, well, first of all, if you're intoxicated, you know what I'm saying? That usually has a factor to do with it. So if they show up and it's like, oh, I think the person thought they're kind of doing the right thing and they're not necessarily. It's like, no, I know what portion I did, but they might have seen too. You were very careful not to break any other rules. No, and he was deliberately trying to get me to break his. And like I said, he recorded it and then was doing a lot of things on there that would have shown them that. So once I realized they weren't going to be taking me in, I just made it hard. Like, okay, here's my foot medication. Here's my ibuprofen. You know what I mean? Here's all my stuff. Here's my, my methadone, my other stuff. I'm going to need all this. I'm going to had to have it on time, so I got it all together. Sorry for being so long-winded, but,
That's all right.
Went down there to went to Chatham, right? And the thing was, like, not that it's right and cops are cool. Obviously not. It's just sometimes people aren't looking to screw you because they're younger. You'll just find it more with younger cops. They're both under 25, both guys, and working together. So probably having an all right time being each other's partner. Okay.
They're just trying to get through their day without being killed.
They were. So when they came up and they were also, because I play my guitar and stuff, I'm a little bit known, but not much. You get what I'm saying, right?
Right.
No famous. We're talking quasi-famous. Like, aren't you that guy who did that thing for charity and wrote a few songs, right? Then really not much from you. You know what I mean? And then, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean, right? And it's like, so I was totally cool as soon as they said, well, it's the supervisor's call, but I mean, it's if you're cool, there's no reason why we're not just going up there and bringing you back, or not bringing me back, but just going up there and then getting you out as soon as we can. So I mean, that really helps you calm down, right? I haven't been in any trouble for like 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't 8 or 6 years. They don't even recognize me. So when they don't even know you, right? We've never heard your name on scanner. We don't know you. You're not a criminal. So it's like they also don't have a mandate to place you in a facility. You know what I mean? So that was good. But the other thing was, like, I thought I was going to meet with, negative. Oh, we got you. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't, man. I got to the supervisor, and then the supervisor, because of how bogus, how much that guy yelled at them, the landlord yelled at them, charge him like this, charge him like that. Oh, charge him like this. When it's like, but sir, we have it on tape. Indecent. When's the indecent? Like indecent times 3, eh? When's that? And that's when I realized they're writing stuff down so the ridiculousness of it can be seen. In Canadian court, what happens is they look at them and they go, okay, no. Yeah, you got the common assault where you spit on him. What's going on? You know what I mean? That's one charge. You know what I'm saying? The other, that's what happens in Canada. They just, I'm never wrong with these things. That's how they do it. They what was the other one? Assault time. Oh, for grabbing the hat, a theft charge. What? They gave him the hat back. So yeah. So the supervisor said, like, what's going on here? Not in a bad way, right? Like, obviously, meaning you're not. You know what I mean? You're not belligerent. You're not disrespectful. You got medical issues that obviously you're right now in no shape to be acting. The tough guy. He didn't say tough guy, but I know you know what I mean. I think I said it. I think, you know what I mean? When I'm setting all those medications up there, I'm setting up my ass cream. I took the liberty to say I used to be a lot tougher. Like, come on.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, for real, man. I'm 43 and I have a lot of medical issues. But I have a heart and a heart for children.
Yeah.
Also, being harassed constantly, having a landlord show up who it's like won't even tell you his name or show you his idea that he is a landlord and wants in your place. That can be pretty upsetting too.
Yeah, I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it because my last landlord lived in Hawaii, but he owned thousands of houses all over the United States, and so he would send people, including me. He'd try me many times. He'd be like, "Will you go talk to this tenant and tell him you're the manager? You're the whatever you're basically the landlord, the rent manager."
Exactly.
I'm like, no, I don't want to go deal with somebody and their issues to collect your money. You're living it up in Hawaii. Exactly. And he's like, I don't want to be a slumlord, but he kept buying all these houses that were just garbage, unlivable, most of them,
yes.
And then renting them out to people who are in your situation and mine, who are disabled, on Social Security stuff.
No, that's it. Because the check should be set up direct deposit. Oh, since you now understand, let me slide you this tidbit, and for all the other people out there on disability that are going to enjoy this one. So you guys all know how for about the last 20, 30 years, they've been encouraging, well, direct deposits, that there's no messing around between you and the landlord. Then you don't have to worry about it, right? So all of us were hooked up like that, right? This guy comes in, who I'm stating is robbing people and doing stuff. What would be the number one thing to say that, well, that's absolutely what he had planned? When he came in, he said to everyone, you may no longer pay direct deposits. Like, oh, okay, well, I mean, well, then cash, right? And a receipt. You may not pay cash. You may not pay through the bank. You may only pay through this offshore thing, and then coming back. It's like, this is why I set it up to a secondary, so that I never go through a situation like this, because what you described, monies can be stolen or stated not paid. In fact, you're insisting on a way that monies can be stolen.
Yeah, or he's tax frauding or something. You know,
no. The business manager just takes the actual legal forms and writes on them. Oh, yeah, you're getting evicted, and you owe this much, and you haven't paid. You owe this much, even though you paid. Yeah, and I'm going to ODSP and just puts those up on the door. Yeah. Just puts those up on everybody's door, or you owe this much, or I'm just going to call the police.
Right.
And it's actually insane. And then
it's their word against yours.
Well, the thing is, in Canada, you can't get evicted without going through a hearing. So if you haven't called the hearing people and made any appointment, there's no relationship between the person and the hearing place, meaning it's just somebody writing on a piece of paper, forging a paper going, get out, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that, and come to a hearing that is never going to take place because they have no knowledge of what's going on, because this guy's so bad. All you have to do is show up with your paper. I paid my rent, and here he is asking for this money. He's done at the hearing. It's like, why? Because we can see this from the bank. No, this person paid their rent. And you are threatening them to kick them off ODSP, all their everything. Whoa. And he just keeps on doing it. He just keeps on doing it to everybody else too. Along with $200 of the bursary money. Okay, we pay, the rent costs more, so I have to pay out of my basic needs allowance. You know what I'm saying? Other than there's housing allowance and basic needs allowance on a check in Canada. So here, for whatever stupid reason, the monies is supposed to just be given back to you by Ontario Housing. Anyway, it's at the same office. It's just the person beside it. Just, you know what I'm saying? You give your check, another check comes off and comes back to you. The difference that you paid of your basic needs to your rent. You know what I'm saying? It's called the bursary. It comes right back off. So that's exactly what's supposed to be going on with mine. The guy goes, "Oh no, you owe money." No, I don't owe any money. That's stealing, bud. Like, that's extortion, whatever. You can't do. You know what I mean? You can't do that. Call the other people and go, "Oh, well, he says you do." I don't. You know, and so, yeah, exactly. So I'm being robbed of that every week. So I call the police. They show up. I have all the material. Meaning what? I have the fake eviction notices. You know what I mean? I've got the thing that shows that they're fake. I've got his employee stating that he was told to put these on everybody's door, and that's what he does. I've got, you know what I mean? I had all the information. I've got the back. I paid the rent, everything like that. So there you go. Go get them. Oh, this is a landlord tenant board. I go, no. This is a fake paper. Here's a number of landlord tenant. They've never even heard of this stuff. You know what I mean? Meaning it's just a guy that is a manager of a place robbing everybody. You know, but the landlord could know about it. The landlord could not know about it. Either way, he's got plausible deniability, which I'm sure he'll use. So, but what you have is the building manager.
Is there a veterans affair that can?
No, there's nothing. I called the police, and showed everything. Here it is. Yeah, she understood, so she ran. I'm sitting here going, no, it's not the landlord tenant board, and I've got my person that pays my rent on the phone right here. So she ran out the building. An officer ran out the building, and some people wonder, oh, that's weird. It's like, no, it isn't. She knows that it's real. The building manager is actually robbing the thing, and then when she tried to say, oh, that's got to go with the landlord tenant board. Landlord tenant board is a civil action board for renting anyway. Nothing to do with criminal anyway. Even if you do call them, they will tell you, Well, you need to contact a lawyer for that, or the police. Like, if he's trying to get in, if he's straight up stealing, and they know that, but that's what they tell people. So when he robs other people, they have no recourse, and he's robbing people left and right. It's a building. There's 3 buildings. He's a man. You know what I'm saying? He's robbing thousands every single month. Is he poorest people, off disabled people, and the police. Like I said, the police.
Is he the owner or just the manager?
No, he's just a manager.
Oh yeah. Well, then they gotta eventually catch up.
The owner shows up too, and it's like, oh, because the place got sold, and I'm grandfathered in, so I don't have a lease, and my rent's $100 less than everybody else's. So the bastard just keeps on. Oh, I'm coming into place. Oh, I'm doing this. Like, no, you're not, and neither are you allowed. Like, it's like, what would give you a right to come in my place? It's like considering that I already had the smoke detectors checked, and I stupidly let them in before. But I mean, there's nothing wrong. The place was fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the police were even like, actually, it looks quite fine. There are people that have their places just scum. You get what I'm saying, right? And my place is nice where people could sleep, a baby could be, Oh my goodness. So yeah, they're just sitting there trying to do the complete slumlord thing, complete scumlord, and slumlord, and or
scum. You can say scum. Yeah, that works too. Yeah,
and that, and because some people hate people, well, not hate, because when you go to the cop thing, they're less worried about a guy. Oh, it looks like, you might have spit on the guy. Oh, well, that's a common assault. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's nothing that we're putting it in jail for. I mean, here's a court date.
You could have said that was by accident, and how could they prove it? Unless you hawked a loogie on him, or something.
I never said that I did, and I'm not going to. I'm taking it to trial because even if I did, it has nothing to do with the situation completely. Yeah, like he'll probably try and.
We've all accidentally spit on somebody, talking or something.
Thank you. While I'm yelling at him,
yeah,
it goes on him, and this is, exactly.
But now, Go
ahead, Tom.
It would suck for somebody to spit a loogie on you, But I mean,
it's
not the end of the world. But
especially if I'm not going to sit there playing games about it either. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I did. I'm still going for a trial thing. But that's because it's like you're going to accuse me of fucking theft. What indecent act times 3. Like what I imagine he considers probably swearing and calling him a child rapist. But it's like you are raping the children of their money, of their medical, of their parent, of their ability to be taken care of. I mean, even of their home.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that one because raping.
I know. Exactly. I don't like. I would just if someone called me on it. You know what I mean? If someone calls someone on it, it's like, well, I wasn't speaking in a sexual manner. I was speaking in a manner of, in a manner of robbing, as if all sin is technically rape because you're taking something from someone. You know what I mean? But it's not physical rape. You know what I'm saying? It's not sexual rape. But I mean, basically for severity to impress upon his child, this is not cool.
Oh my goodness.
This is not what you do. You know what I mean? This is not appropriate for you to be doing it. And you need to hear from a responsible adult, not this other criminal, this building manager, that this is not how to treat adults. You know what I mean? This is not how you treat people. But you know what I mean? But that's the thing. I kept it at that. I didn't do anything else. So the supervisor, obviously disliking slumlords more than
So you never know how many times they've had dealt, or they might know that person. They don't know you, but now you've said a name that they do know from other people dealing with him. So,
See, that's the other thing. Never having this man's name made it so difficult. Can't call the Better Business Bureau. Can't call all those places on him.
Sure.
Right? Like for even having the building manager, like, we'll fire him. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna have to deny what he's done, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. He actually I'm losing the train of thought because I'm trying not to like rev up the thing. Well, no, just thing. He thinks he could, I'm taking it to trial anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just said you got a video appearance at home, meaning you're not, like, there's no way to go to jail. You know what I mean? Like, send it. Like, no, it's people like, how do you know all that? And it's like, common assault doesn't come with jail time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would be asking for jail time anyway. I'm not on probation, so Tommy knows what that means. It means if even anything, they would just ask probation.
Look, I just checked in at probation a couple hours ago over the silly trouble I got in with the scrap metal by a dumpster, and the guy goes, oh, guess what? Your name came up for a piss test again. I'm like, I said 2 months in a row. What? That's never happened. What in the world? And so now I've got to go in there at 8 o'clock in the morning to pee for this guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. I know. I pee in a cup every week, my friend. Except the thing is that when people try to pull stuff off, it exonerates me. Or, you get what I'm saying? Sometimes that guy's nuts. Impossible. He was just at his doctor's the day before yesterday.
Well, check this out.
His doctor gave him 2 grams of methadone, which is enough to kill 3 grown men, if not 5. You get what I'm saying, right? 3 if they.
Yeah, that's not good stuff to be on. I mean, for a lot of reasons. But
you must keep it to yourself, and I insist on. No, I was on
Oxycontin.
You cannot deny that it is helping me. It is helping me do a lot of things, and I am not worried if I die tomorrow because of it.
Right. Well,
you know what I mean? Because I know how life was before, and I know how life is now.
I got you.
I know how many other medications I used to take that went out the window.
Oh, hey, I was on 2 dozen.
The oldest on the planet. Its only side effect is, you might have a sense of well-being. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Whereas all the other medications people take, they're all wicked and bad and horrible. This one, no, it's the oldest one we got, narcotic. No, we know exactly what it does and how it does it.
Right.
Pretty much one of the only ones like that, right? That and amphetamines. Oh, well, that's the other one I take for ADHD. And it counteracts any of the negatives that would have been felt from having 119 milligrams of methadone each day. Wow. I have 70 milligrams of lisdexamphetamine to go along with that. So I don't have to worry about any impotence or anything at all like that. Or not being, you know what I mean, mentally there because I have the other substance to, you see what I'm saying, right? Some people being on that every day, isn't that kind of heavy? Like, not if you mix it up with 70 milligrams of completely, don't matter. Because what I want to be is balanced.
Yeah.
You don't want to be going up and down like that because there's a natural life happening that I want to experience and take part in.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to be stuck at feeling like this all the time. Like some people, I want to feel good all the time. That's not life, man.
Yeah. I mean, even I will take breaks from smoking, and I found myself doing a lot more even lately.
Yeah.
And it just, just to be a little more.
It's that time of year, man. It's that time of year. Like, everything's absolutely. Oh, I put my paper on backwards. Everything's absolutely gorgeous outside.
Yeah.
Like it's not too hot yet to go out. I mean, but just saying it's going to be hotter. It's spring, man. It's spring.
No, we're in summer now. We're in summer.
In summer now.
Yeah, it's July. Yeah, I think the first day of summer was the 22nd of June or something like that. Usually, so just to be fair to the show, let's talk a little bit about Mandela effect. How Mandela affected are you?
Yes, thank you so much for letting me come on and talk about that. I mean,
yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I know where you. Like I said, I've dealt with a lot of slumlords, and
you make it so nice though to talk about because in your voice, even when you say slumlords, and I've dealt with them, everybody can hear that. That boy, Tommy's serious. He means. That's not a pleasant thing dealing with those men. They really can be nasty. To have that understanding,
especially like if you're in our shoes, where it's not hard to, it's not easy to find another place because you're living on such a small budget, and then to come up with the deposit and first month's rent and move,
it's not about just I'll move to not cause any problems or anything. It's not like that. The reason how come I'm here. Is because there is no other place to move to. That's how come that bursary was applied here. They never thought they were going to do it here, but they were like, well, they can't get it anywhere because they can't move anywhere else. Yeah. So they said,
Voynich is in that same situation. Voynich in the Netherlands, he's locked in and he pays less, but he's been there forever, and it's the same kind of deal. But so what was your first Mandela effect? Not that we have to.
Brother. I would like to because I've spoken about this. How people like to give them flack, and some people, but this, that, and the other thing. Mm-hmm. No, there are things that have gone poof, and it's like whoa. Just like everything else, people want to go, but I can debunk 70% of those.
Right.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
now
care
you're
how
gonna-
I don't care how many anybody can debunk. If there's even just one that you can't debunk,
the
you know,
Bible
then
the
that's
Bible's
enough.
changing, man.
You know. Oh
They're,
yeah.
they're in the Bible changing it. And I don't know who they are. I don't know if
Right.
there is
Right.
a they or if they is an ether,
Now,
or if the they is a combined will of
it,
a few people sitting around chanting, and there's
right.
actually waves like this,
Yeah.
you know, coming out because of it. And then when that goes over top of your videotape or your book, it changes the words. Now, I think on the first person to
Very
say that openly and just plainly,
Mhm.
that the way in which the satanic working with either their tech, which is just what their angels work with, just because they know how to whip it up, but that is what their angels do. Make no mistake, except they work with the metals perfectly. Like this, no magnesium until they put that granule in it, or that granule of nickel, and they can put it in a straight. You get what I'm saying? They can make the power go just where it's supposed to go. They can make it glide upon a corner. I bet they can make it even probably jump over top of dendrites they've actually made by keeping the environment around it correct, by using the proper metals. So I think there are changing stuff. I guess by chanting, I guess is another way to say it, by chanting. Like that's what I mean.
I definitely think it's more the dark side. I think God's allowing it to happen, but I don't think God is actually. I don't think God's actually doing the change.
No,
maybe
allowing it.
Unless it's now, he might be changing our bodies. He might be changing our inside of our bodies or whatever.
Right,
That's
that
a little
too as
different.
well.
I think.
Wow, I think you're hooked right up to the Holy Spirit. I don't mean that. Oh, you're batting 1,000. I mean, I think that the ideas coming in, they're given to you from the place in your heart where the Holy Spirit lives. And you also have eyes that see and ears that hear. And from that, you're not adding a lot of false stuff in your own head of, oh, this or that. And because you've got a good base beginning with of practicality in this stuff. So because your spirituality and belief in the Lord is mixed with faith, but also a little bit of know-how, I think your opinion on these things are a little bit more accurate, Tommy.
I'm, I try. That's all I can do is try. And I really, every time I do a show, I say, God, just take over. Let the Holy Spirit take over.
Every
I don't
time
know
you
if that
do a
happens
show,
every time, but
Lord
sometimes
God.
it does feel like that. Sometimes that he just takes over, and the message comes out. But I'm not special. I'm just somebody that loves the truth, and
I'm so hungry for it.
Just
I'm literally like for dinner, hungry for that truth, man. Because it feels good too. Doesn't it feel good like getting high when you learn another truth? Like when you're watching the videos and like they're feeding it to you. Somebody else might, why do you like these so much? It's kind of like educational. Dang right, it's educational. And why wouldn't it feel good to learn? It's power. It's knowledge.
I love to learn something new every day, and I really almost do every day learn something or two, new. And there's nothing wrong with that. I try to keep an open mind as much as I can. I mean, I'm always going to believe in God and that you can have a personal relationship with Him.
Yes.
I long to please my Creator more than myself. Now if you told me we had 50 more years or something, not the short little time I think we have, then maybe I would be selfish and indulge a little more, in pleasing myself. But I'm because I can see the signs, everywhere that we're at the end of the church age. I'm trying to be as good as I can, and
you're banking, man. You're going bank. You've seen that show, right? It's like the work that you're doing now for the Lord. You're banking it. You're going, Lord, I know where my treasure is. It's with you. And I'm banking right now. I'm working. I'm going. You're listening for the Spirit so that you do what He has, the good works that He has prepared for you each day when He knit you in your mother's womb. He had those works ready for you to do because He doesn't play with time the way we do. He's, what I'm saying, right? God doesn't do time. He enters it with His mind to do the parameters, but He's sitting out, His peace is outside of time, looking in, knowing how much He loves you, because when we were still not knowing what was going on, He made that sacrifice for us and gave Jesus his blood.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't matter what I do. Now, it certainly does. I need to choose and believe, but my faith in the power of that action, of what God gave his son, and the fact that his son did the job, and that's a completed work now. Jesus rose from the dead. I died with him.
Yeah.
And I rose with him. And like each day, I get it when it's like, hey, Morgan, just stand up for the Lord right now. You're not going to, Morgan's name ain't going up, and it never will, because you've given that to God. Thank you.
I'm
get the whole name out of there. What do you mean? I don't even need it. I just want the name that he's giving me for the work I do for him. I want to hear what he's going to call me. I press toward that mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus, because we're runners in a race, Tommy, and you want to win.
Well,
you know? Now, you've already won salvation, but you know,
we're also soldiers in a war too, for the truth, you know. And just because we don't have a gun in our hand right now, you know, doesn't mean we're not in a war. You know, and the elite that run this world, they fear us, they hate us, and they're not worried about like an army somewhere, because they ultimately control all the armies, you know, anyway. So, you know, we're their enemy, their worst enemy. They hate us more than anybody else, because we won't consent, we won't go along with their agendas, and that's, you know, that's the line that they, you know, they want us to cross. They want us to just give in and let them, you know, enslave us and control us and hive mind us. And I can't ever go there. I'm sorry. I don't have there's not a price they could, amount of money or gold or anything that they could offer me to consent and just, you know, so I'm thankful for that. That's implanted in me, that I will never, ever, you know, join the dark side or take the mark of the beast or, you know, support it. You know, I used to be stand up, speak up on Twitter, and you know, I always say that, stand up and speak up against all evil and tyranny, and you know, that's I think it's our obligation of as lovers of truth, and you know, and haters of lies and deception and evil.
That's right, and we love the people. We hate the lies and the deception. The powers and the principalities, now that's more understandable. Yeah, those government, those things. The who isn't a person. It's a personal money-making body that exists to make money by going, this thing here is ready to go. This thing here isn't. And like you said, they're spin doctors spinning it. Trying to keep themselves busy to distract themselves with either pleasure or what, like I guess they'd say, with whatever they will, before they reach what for them is an unknown or a known unfortunate end. Because it says the Gentiles, they all seek after food, clothing, and shelter, and then to have a whole bunch in stores of it because they don't got the Lord. That's not funny, I guess. That's tragedy, because we are rich then because we have the truth.
Yeah, our lamps are full of oil. Yeah,
lamps are full of oil, and their lamps are dry, and they know their gears are going to start grinding, and they'll grind each other. By the way, you know what I'm saying? Meaning, when we sit here and we go, "Oh, they're great, this and that," and they're how it looks now, they will eat each other. They will eat each other in their places, looking for mountains to fall on them. Looking for mountains to fall on them.
Yeah, there's some beautiful, wonderful, awesome shelters that you can buy, you know, that look like homes. I'm not interested. I'm not going to bury myself in the ground and try to hide from God's wrath, because no, I know you can't. You can't hide from God's wrath, and it's coming. It's coming. Look, I don't think it's a coincidence. Real quick, I'm going to say this. Not saying that they're involved with the Mandela effect, but CERN CERN. Yeah, they just fired up today. All right, hold on. They just said today that they plan to run, get this, for 3.5 years. Okay, and now all my evidence that I've seen points to that the tribulation starts this year. So what, they're going to run the first half of the tribulation period is what that's telling me. You're admitting you're going to run for 3.5 years now. But he said it a couple times. They're going to stop for Christmas. They're going to shut down the machine for Christmas, a break. That's like a mockery, I think.
It's going to be to bring in the Antichrist or the aliens.
None of them give a crap about Christ.
I know, like there's other things that some people think we're at the more end, but
I've spent hours and hours looking into the people that work at CERN, and they're all just out there. I mean, they don't give a crap about God. They don't, other than the guard particle and finding it and probably destroying it. But now they're looking for dark matter too, which is more it's probably the evil that's waiting to be released.
They're looking.
I do think that it's a big Ouija board, and that they're doing whatever it takes to summon the demons out of the bottomless pit that's underneath them. So
to have place in the new world.
I don't have to sit here and say I think they're doing the Mandela effect, because I don't know if they are anyway. I'm not saying they are. So, but I can say that I do think they're doing evil, and they have evil intentions, and they did not build that over the spot where it's known that the bottomless pit is for no reason at all. And so I'm just and look, they've got the whole world fooled. It ain't like everybody in the world thinks that they're evil, because it's not the case. There's plenty of people that think CERN is doing nothing but good, but it's even though we know NASA's fake, we still know they're evil. They're doing evil by deceiving people, and so you can't give CERN a go free card just because you think that they're not doing the Mandela effect or whatever, but they're definitely doing evil one way or another. Anyway, I just had to put that out there. Hey, Ross Bear, good to see you.
Breaking the fabrics of the reality as God said it.
They're trying to play God.
Yes, in order to bend, because they're like, oh, we can't change. Okay, well, can we bend? It's like, apparently we can. Apparently they can. They can bend the light, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that from the other dimension, it's a dimension.
Yeah.
They can travel. They can, and that's it. They're bending the light using a series of.
Lucifer is the light too. Lucifer,
Wouldn't he be? Yeah. Oh, by the way, when it says in the Bible that people all the time make the mistake of mouthing off beings that can do boom, boom, and but it's an evil being. And the Lord's like, and it could kill you in a second if I wasn't giving you grace for it. If I let, what I'm saying? It says you guys speak all the time against different things, except they are very much more powerful than you in a way that you don't understand. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe it wasn't for the Lord interceding for us that they would.
Of course.
Squash.
Of course, anything evil would devour you if given the chance. You got to believe that. What? Yes. Why?
Mm-hmm.
They don't do good. Evil never does good. Never. They might pretend to be good, put on a sheep's clothing, but they're always
in the same way. I don't think Satan does it. You know what I'm saying? In the same way, like, because he'd be intelligent, he doesn't go around gaslighting every single other creature like that he wants. Because he wants. He lies, and he's a liar, and he's full of hate, rage, and murder. So he needs to come off as not that. As well, I think. Mm-hmm. So polite would be the way that he is. Quite polite.
And solve the world's problems. There's so many antichrists right now, which should scream to everybody that, if you could come up with a list of people that fit the, antichrist and stuff, hello, we must be at the end of the church age, because why else could you, say there's so many antichrists out here, many antichrists, like the Bible said there would be. There are people openly saying that they hate God and that they want to put a chip in you, and they think the Bible's totally fake news, and on and on and on. So I mean, it's unbelievable.
A storybook, a book filled with stories.
Right. Well,
What a clever lie! What a clever lie! Oh, a good book. No, make no mistake. But a book of stories, all that really only serves in life to leave you in a position to end up being a slave and subservient to someone else. What a weapon the Bible is. Like the book of Eli. That's what they think. The same thing that guy in the book of Eli thought.
Have you seen the book of Eli, the movie, the book of Eli?
Indeed.
Yeah,
I thought it was excellent how he was blind.
Yeah, and at the end, there's residue in there, because when he has a King James version, they tell you that's what he's got in his mind, and he lays down and tells them God created the heavens and the earth.
Yes,
and now the King James doesn't say heavens now; it says heaven. So yeah. That's a good one. Brian pointed that out, and I'd seen the movie many times, and it didn't catch that, but that's probably because he was saying what I remember, heavens.
I remember now which friend I was with. Sony, my native friend, big man, kind, and we watched that one together. Wow, what a great afternoon, man! Just to remember, like a nice day like today, probably was the same time of year, and we watched that movie together. And I remember as it went along a little bit, just thinking, like I have for so many other movies, just hoping in my heart of hearts that it would tie in somehow to the Lord, because wouldn't it be cool if it had the truth? And then when it actually did, it's like, oh wow. Right. And the guy thinks the book is, and then the book is something that people use to control other people with, because the words are true. That's what he uses to draw them in. And then you twist the truth that's in there to do the thing, right? I've really been thinking about that, how it's mixing the truth with the lie is the cleverest thing. Yeah. The cleverest thing evil can ever do.
I like to remind people that it doesn't matter what you believe at all, whether you're atheist or not, whether you think the Bible's, garbage or good. These people that run the world have decided to use the scriptures as a playbook, and they are using the book of Revelations, whatever you want to say, as their playbook. So, like I said, you can just totally, have no thoughts about the Bible, or hate it or love it or whatever, but they're doing this, so they're making that book come true, whether it was ever a real thing or not. If somebody gives you a script and you start doing those things, you're making it real. Whether a made up script, you're making it real. So even if the Bible's totally fake,
it's a self-actualizing prophecy. The prophecies of the book are self-actualizing by the very fact that they promote it as they are now. And I think that's what you're saying to everybody.
I'm also saying they're literally making the step. Okay. They're taking the steps.
All right.
They have from the beginning. Look, the elite set up the Israel coming back as a nation. And the countdown began right then. I'm getting truth bumps. The countdown began in 1948, and we are the last generation. It said they would be the last generation, and the end would come before they died. And here we are, already past us one generation, 70, because it said if they're strong, that Israel would last 80 years, and we're in the 70s right now. So 48 to 28, I think that's the last generation. That's 80 years, and you see that Israel's enemies are coming up against them now, and plotting and planning to try and take them out. So every single Bible prophecy is in play right now, and starting to unfold. That's in the Bible, if it hasn't unfolded already.
How many weapons did they leave out there in the desert for those men to play with? All of a sudden,
all
We have
wars,
access
all
to
wars
more.
are staged. All wars are
Yes.
staged and manipulated. You know,
Yes.
and so they
Exactly.
always supply both sides.
Yes.
And they, so
Yes.
yeah, we know.
Exactly.
Most,
Exactly. So that
man,
when they
I
say
just
the
missed
war's going
another.
on,
I just missed another 420, so I'm probably gonna play a song and then
how did you?
come
Weren't you?
back.
I was smoking.
Yeah, well, because I hit a bong and I have to pack the
All
bong.
right,
Yeah,
you
I'm
do
not
it.
big on
That's
I'm not
so
big on
cool.
joints.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. You've got that fireplace, man.
Oh, yeah,
Although,
it's digital fireplace, but man, those flames look real. It's unreal
you know,
how
I
real.
could feel the heat from them, man. I know they're digital, but the thing is that when it's good digital, your brain makes it up,
Yeah,
and you will feel it when you, especially if you're high.
well, yeah, I mean, it has a heater too, but it's not real, a real fireplace, obviously. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but man, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Mhm.
Something about like a fire, like it's like 6:30 here, and a fire earlier in the evening when the sun's still up, but it's just going down around dinner time.
Mhm.
There's something special about that fire,
Yeah.
It's like it's the fire. Well, I think it's because it's the cooking fire, and yeah, the one that you end up getting the coals from, and having those in the end for when they're the best for like the marshmallows and the hot dogs for later on when you're gonna do those around the fire. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I missed the 420, so 520. So I'm gonna play a song real quick. If you can just hang tight, and I'll do a bong and come right back. And I'm gonna put the link out there again if anybody wants to join us. Let's see. I hope I got all that right.
Well, I should have pressed this.
I think that's.
I'm gonna push the button, Tommy, and just see what happens when I push the button on mine.
Okay, go ahead.
Live,
You might just go ahead and mute. Just go ahead and mute for the song though while I'm playing the song. But go ahead and do what.
Walking right off the cliff, we're gonna go.
Indeed, it is. COVID is a rotten, stinking lie and a trap.
Amen. And you know it. Like first day we hear of it, right? Right down to the doctor's office with the papers that say just that, man, written on them, eh? Start putting them right up on the clinic outside, taping it to them, right?
Yeah, they'll get you for defacing or something. Yeah.
Oh,
But you could hand out flyers to people, around there. Maybe
yeah.
get.
I mean, I thought it was kind of like, but I was like, no, don't diss it, because I was thinking like, no, put it somewhere else. We're not going to get taken down as fast. And it's like, which I could do minutes later if I felt like it. Somebody needed to put it right on the People's Place, man, right where they were selling it, right where they were selling the line, man. And that it's nothing to think, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. It's like, no, let them do it. Let the children see. Let the children see them tape it. Let the children see them take the time to set it there. Let the children ask questions as well.
Yeah. I think that they wanted. They were wanting to get to the babies all along. That's who they wanted to vaccinate more than even us. I think they just couldn't wait to get their hands on those babies. They finally got that approved, and I think that any person that gets their baby vaccinated with a CV-19 vaccine is just disgusting and pathetic. I mean, and it's child abuse. I mean, really, seriously, most parents used to be against regular vaccines, and I still am. Of course, I think they're voodoo and unnecessary.
That's what my doctor said. I'm not going to give my daughters any of these, or myself or my wife. But then he goes, but I'm getting this, I'm saying that the boost and all that kind of crap, right? But I was like, oh, so you got the information back on what it does? And he goes, well, I've had it and I feel okay. And then he goes, how about you? Yeah, the other guy out there. And I was like, well, that's two. Yeah, and then I did the same thing because another guy spoke up. You know what I mean? And started going, yeah, I'm not sure about that either. You know what I mean? Like on kind of like making sense, like a normal human being would. Yeah. Like, dude, that guy just asked you if you had any information on it, whether or not it's, and you just said no. Like, and like, come on. Why should I risk it, man? I'm young and healthy. I'm not scared of whatever's floating around in the sky out there. Oh no. From what I hear, it could only make me stronger, man. Like everything that I've met has made me stronger, and I have an immune system. In my mind, maybe I should go out there and face this thing, considering I'm not crucial. Let's say
there's nothing but the seasonal flu out there, though. That's the thing.
Directly right now, though.
I mean, it's a seasonal flu. They hijacked it, and they, but that's the world we live in. Is that there's so many NPCs. Too full out there that they can literally hijack something as simple as the seasonal flu and turn it into the biggest, baddest enemy in the world, the biggest bad threat in the world. Come on. That's
looking at the sign on the wall,
saying in the membrane world we live in.
Yep. The vote was whatever, 3 to 4 on the board for make mandatory flu shots or the influenza thing, you know what I mean? When it was a bit of a thing, right? For people inside of the facility that worked there. So it was a self thing on the wall, right? For employees saying, hey, and that's when I realized sitting there, I realized what you said, but about people. I was like, wait, it's just what political party is voted in at the present time or on the board of that decides whether or not it gets voted in or not. And that's when I realized it was only a few years off. I thought 5 at the most. It took 7 to come around. But yeah, man, looking at that poster, I was like, it's just political. It's going to happen when, like in Mary Poppins, when that sign floats east to west. And it did. At that time, it was conservative. And I knew it was going to fly once a Democrat got in. So when Obama got in, and then over there, I knew we were going to follow suit up here because we do anyway in Canada. And now we are where we are. Exactly. Thank you for letting me share
Yeah,
that.
well, y'all didn't just follow suit. They took it to another level too.
Oh, didn't they? Didn't
Yeah,
they? With the
yeah.
whole
So,
Australia, yeah.
I mean, come
The
on, man.
Commonwealth, we were
Jeez.
very rich
Look
indeed.
out! Look how they went after poor Mac. Our buddy Mac Parhar. Flat Earth buddy. He came here to a flat Earth event, and then went back, and one of his neighbors told on him, and they lock him up and charge him. And it's just, come on, man. I mean, but yeah,
Like
they
it's
they want to control and enslave us at any cost, and they're definitely trying to
there are crooked
get it
criminals
done.
up here too. Like, okay, for me, they can either take me to the mega. Oh crap! My voice changes. They can either take me to Windsor, okay, the mega jail, which is decent. You get what I'm saying, right? Decent. And basketball court, like, what I mean, to playing. The guys from the bike, the bikers come in. The Christian bikers can come in because they insist, right? They're telling you, don't come in. We're insisting, and they come in and they do their program, right? So you hang out and you get to, at the other jail, you get to stay in your cell because of staff shortages, and you have to fight for your life. And you got all the time. It's just stress, man. And I had the pleasure of listening to a man killed below me, man. Killed below me. It was EMDC, man, in London, Ontario, and the guard didn't come by, man. They didn't save him. And you don't know. It's weird, man. No, it's not weird. It's evil. It's pure evil. And it's like when you're in there and you're held in there, right? And if I didn't have the Lord, I think I would have gone crazy, mad. Because the only place to go is, Lord, I believe that I have value in you, and you know what I'm saying, right? And today is today. All I can do is go unconscious. You know what I'm saying, right? Like whatever people can do to me, I'll go unconscious. That's it.
Yeah.
And then I'll sleep with the Lord. You know what I mean? And I'll wake up and I will be wherever the Lord has placed me, and that's okay, because when I think of that first and get it right, when I hear, someone being killed, it's like, Lord, what if, you know what I mean? Right? That's actually going on. It was a Halloween night, so it was a ritual. So people think it helps, because then you're like, no, it's not just going to happen any moment. Check with what days there are. Check and see if it's a high ritual place. See where you know what I'm saying, right? To know when things are more likely. But I realized that I really don't have anything except for my faith in the end. I don't control the rest, and I got to stop trying to.
Yeah. Let go and let God. That's, let him guide you. And it's hard to do. My motto in life used to literally be, I would tell you, I do what I want, when I want, how I want. I'll slow that down. I do what I want, when I want, how I want, and that got me a whole lot of no good. Really, it did. I mean, I've told the story many times about praying verbally, or how you say that,
Fervently.
Yeah, fervently. Yeah. God, should I marry this, this girl? And he kept telling me no. But I said, I'm going to anyway. And, I barely escaped that marriage with my life, and my kids' lives. So anyway, if you know that you're doing something against God's will for you, he will allow you to just about destroy yourself. He'll let you go until you hit rock bottom, and then he'll be there to help you when you realize how stupid, foolish you were. But I've been there a few times. It's no doubt. I had to learn the hard way, the really, really hard way. I was in 2 near-death car accidents, 2 Aprils in a row on the same stretch of the same road, and shouldn't have been there either time. Shouldn't have been out there where I was at either time. And saw myself on the stretcher for a split second during one of them. And,
I do.
And was in a coma for a couple days. It's just amazing how close I came to death, or and I'm still here, you know. And the doctors in both times, literally, and they don't usually throw out miracle. I mean, unless they are a religious doctor, but there's not a lot of them. But the doctors did both times say it was literally a miracle that I survived those car accidents.
The swelling should have took you the one time.
The first time I went through a windshield, you know, and I mean, I was bleeding from head to toe, detached my hand, and on and on and on and on, you know. The second time I went out the side window, but before that, the roof caved in and broke my neck. So I went out with a broken neck, and then, you know, yeah. So, and it was definitely bad.
Wow, man, your upper spine took that much of a jolt.
Oh.
So it came in. Did it rip? Or did it bend? So did it rip?
No, the roof
got it.
And then broke.
Oh wow, man! It went whack.
Yeah. Well, and then of course, I mean, I got thrown out, so I probably got whiplash too. But you know, but yeah, the roof caved.
Shit.
The roof caved in. I flipped over head, you know, a few times.
You had to have broke your collarbone.
No, my collarbone was fine. I couldn't believe it.
Okay.
But yeah, because my sister broke hers just riding a scooter, you know, a little moped thing. But you know,
that's what I thought.
And my dad broke his collarbone riding a motorcycle that I used to ride as a kid. It was a street, adult size street motorcycle. And my dad wrecked that and broke his collarbone. But but no, I don't know.
I'm just glad that you knew the validity of the question that made sense, as opposed to, oh, what's that? Cool.
But now, see, I'm disabled from the fact that my wife poisoned me and the children, and then I got basically MS, multiple sclerosis from the poisoning.
She make you all full of hate and anger too? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
She has had a rough life since we separated. We're still legally married. She just went missing not too long ago for a week or two, and the police finally found her under a bridge. You know, I don't know if she was living under it or whatever, but they found her under a bridge somewhere. You know, she was given 4 months to live in February, and she's outlived that. So you know, who knows how long longer she's going to live if she's. You know, but
so is it schizophrenia, or is it bipolar, or is it mixed?
Her health issue is her kidneys, or she's having kidney failure, but she had her mental, she was bipolar and multiple personalities, you know.
I know, because my brain said, okay, in my head it said it is not actually. And it's more the personality thing.
Yeah, she had she had that one that she doesn't like authority.
I didn't think it was the schizophrenia that was with. I thought it was with the thing that you said. I just wasn't thinking of it at the time.
Yeah,
I'm really good with the medical, and I'm really good with knowing what time people get in jail.
Right. Well, yeah, there's another one too that she doesn't like authority. I can't remember what that one is.
No, that's it. That's what it's called. Wait. Okay, well, I shouldn't say that. It's technically called.
Yeah, there's one that
she diagnosed it. The ADHD. Since I had that, that's something that we have all until a certain age.
Right. Hey, Burgos.
The ability to recognize that nobody was like trying to open the door when the officers were out there, which caused me to no longer have the desire to shut it in their faces. I was like, oh, if you guys aren't here to work against me, well, then we can work together. And they were like, yeah. And but the thing is, it's different if you're used to dealing before when you're intoxicated to now, like, you know what I mean, sober, because it's different. So you don't remember the other time. Oh, shouldn't I be better at this and this and that? It's like, no, but you're a lot better at it, because being rookie-ish at dealing with it, that's better, because they notice. You know what I mean? They just notice that you're not, we don't know this guy, and he doesn't look, used to the system again. So. You know what I mean? It's harder to get you in it, right? Just like the same thing, like when you got court at home, like, when you come from, it's like, yeah, no one's bringing anybody to jail. That's why you got court at home. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
And that's why you were given court at a lower level. And sometimes you think, how come? It's like, because of the same reason why you're thinking about it right now and wondering, because you're actively thinking, your noggin's working. You know what I mean? Like, you're not like, sobriety, really. It really makes it a difference. like actually being present.
Yeah. Yes, Michelle. I'm aware that it's called dissociative.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, disorder. Yeah, but see, you know, they never did like people like me that knew that multiple personalities, unfortunately, I think in most cases is demon possession. You know, because you know, you let those spirits in, and then they fight over control of you, and they take turns controlling the body because they're just happy to be in a body. You know, and so that's
I know. That's odd how those of us who know with the pharmacy and stuff like that and different chemicals, it's like, look, that Seroquel is just mellowing out the demon.
or what about the Thorazine shuffle?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what's the other? Oh, there's one more. There's one more. The Thorazine. Oh, I can't remember the other one, but no.
There is another. I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna think of it because I don't know if it has a clever of a name.
Seroquel, maybe No,
yeah, there's Seroquel. Yeah, that's a good one. That is the one that's most prescribed.
But now look, check this out. So part of my disability is based on my depression, obviously from, you know, I was poisoned at a young enough age that, you know, it messed my future up, you know, and so I was depressed from that and depressed from the evil that was done to my children, you know. So they put me on antidepressant drugs that made me suicidal, and I'm like, are you people out of your mind? You're going to give somebody that's depressed something that is definitely going to make them more depressed that they want to kill themselves?
The very fact is, it's a known side effect. The fact that no one was watching to see if it was coming out, and you considering it, every single solitary page of warnings that you and I have ever read has said starting on these medications like this may make you suicidal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like, oh, but it's only in 15%.
I don't care what percent. I could not believe it. I took that medicine back and I wanted to chuck it in their face. I was like, how in the world? I told them I was mad. I couldn't believe
I woke up on fire.
They would do that. And then after that, I started looking into it and seeing how much they you know, that's all it does to everybody. So, you know, they're just giving out suicide pills to everyone and hoping they commit suicide. That's the world we live in, folks.
Yeah,
they hope you commit suicide. You know, they don't care.
It's like that stuff on Batman, that like the fear shit, that scarecrow shit, as if they put it like for certain people.
MK Ultra's real. And so is hypnotizing and using frequencies to wipe your memory clean and implant memories. I mean, you know, they've figured it all out.
You know that, any elites that have their child going into a role in the world, the child is to be traumatized repeatedly, then told that had to be done because of your importance in the position you are going to hold. Then you give them their thing, their medal, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that angle is. Okay. And that's why that all had to happen. All the trauma, all the thing we put you through, you know, and then you give them whatever they want. But the thing is, they're broken and they're a vessel and they will just be your puppet. And that's how they do it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, right? Break your mind. But then you're still here with us because, well, you got to now. You're the big guy. You're the what do you call it? The Mockingjay. You're the Mockingjay. Oh, of course you are. That could be the only place your mind would have to go with how you could justify all this torture, all this torment, all this crappy being. You know what I mean? Your parents were supposed to love you, not this, not what they did to you. All these things. How come because you're so very important. You deserve the respect. You command the respect. What?
And look, you see here what she said about they hopped everyone on narcotics forever and then yanked them away. Yeah, that was by design too, because they knew that everybody would go out and get hooked on meth and heroin and fentanyl and stuff, you know. So they wanted to yank that crap pills away from everybody and force them out on the street where they can make them into criminals and real hooked on, you know, hard raw drugs and stuff, and have.
No, even though I take it, but that, like I said, I choose to take it, understanding, you know what I mean, that it is not an apple.
Right. Well, I was on dozens of pills every day, including Oxycontin, and Xanax too. They had me on Oxys and Xanax, and they don't even go together. And they would let me take them. And every once in a while, the pharmacist say, those two drugs don't go together. And I'd be like, well, the doctor says I can have them. So, and of course, I've been honest and said in the past, this is so long ago, they can't get me now.
But I didn't. Open too, and nobody's stopping you from fucking downing a 60 and fucking.
Right. But see, now I didn't, I took like maybe a handful of the oxys I got a month. I would take, 5, 10 of them a month. Seriously. And then the Xanax, I very rarely took any of the Xanax I got. So I'm going to tell you right now, I would trade them for green, for weed, because that's what I wanted. I couldn't get it back then. There was no medical marijuana. So I would take these drugs and trade them to other people that had weed, and I would be happy. I'd smoke my weed all month and then go see my doctor again, and get the pills.
That's what you do. That's what you do when they hand you a bunch of, what do we call them? Goofy pills? You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, those will trade up good for dope.
Man,
the Valiants, if you don't want them, right? The 10 milligram blues.
Yeah.
Some junkies.
But now that was later on.
And they're good. They're like, hey, man.
Yeah,
you're doing not a disservice to somebody who uses methamphetamine.
Well, yeah. Now, see, I would
by selling them those blue
I feel
pills.
bad. No, I feel bad for. I feel horrible.
I just give them to them. It's like, man, come down here.
I was one of the first people to be put on Oxycontin. Period. But I was definitely one of the first people in Florida to be put on them. And so when nobody knew what they were for like the first year, but after they were out a year, everybody knew what they were, and everybody wanted them. So
what year? 2003?
No, 1999 or 2000, 99, 2000. Yeah, right in that area. Yeah,
I love it. No, hey man, no respect. I was gonna come back from Toronto. That
it was the year. When I say I was literally one of the first people, I literally was.
Okay, that really makes sense, man. He's like, wait, we don't have that many things. You're actually one of the actual very first.
I have a history with Oxys, unfortunately.
No, that's really cool. Same with the methadone program when it first started out. Like they were giving people up to like 200 milligrams, some people like 260. It's crazy. It was crazy what they were giving away. Where at places where they would, have the clinics, because there was no standard, right? So people were like, well, what do we give them? What does this program say? Give it to them until they're sedated. What do you mean? I mean, you're supposed to take. Do you feel like you want more? Well, I don't want it. No. You're supposed to take it until you feel like you do not want it at all, and that's how it's supposed to work. Okay. So they would have some guys walking around like zombies. But the thing is, it was just at the beginning and only for like a couple of years. And then after that, it was pretty much regulated. And at 120, you have to get your heart checked anyway to see if the muscles, are doing anything weird. So I just stayed at 119 and was like, no, I don't need to go that fucking far. I'll just stick it at 119 or whatever. Yeah,
there was a lot of pill mills, a lot of doctors making a fortune off of it for sure.
Yeah, I did it. I'm diagnosed with chronic migraine, so I have it from a specialist, but John K or whatever. So I was like just using hydromorphone. Now, but the thing is, because I had a hookup for it, so I could buy 30 a month and be like, oh, and that's expensive. No, it wasn't. But then the little pill thing started happening. Oh my goodness, the prices went nuts. Man, I would pay like just $300. And I got all, supply for a month. And it took care of actual medical,
Oh man, I had killer insurance. So I paid the doctor $100 a month, each month to see him and get him to write my scripts. But then I only paid seriously like, less than $10 for a huge script of oxys and Xanax every single month, dude. I mean, it was it was.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing of the people on disability. When people think, hey, like it helps them eat, like and you think, oh, why? Because they use it to get the medication or whatever it is that they use. Like, and that's the honest truth about it. It's like because people that are on disability, here's the one thing: no matter what, they're going to need to use a medication, even if they this or that. No, they all do. You know what I mean? And it's not and it just so happens that they can do it a lot better themselves and not somebody else's opinion on what they think will work for them, because people are different. So what you do is sometimes, as opposed to complaining too much, you just say, thank you for what you've given me. And you take that and you work with that to get what you need. Because that's how a lot of people, especially on disability, that's how they are.
Yeah.
They're meek. They're meek. They're not going to fight. They'll say, thank you very much. I'm glad to have something. Thank you very much.
But my conscience now would not let me go get more narcotic pills and then give them to somebody, sell them or trade them. You know, I couldn't do it now because I know I don't want somebody to ever go down the road that I went down with those pills. You know, I mean, I would sit there and snort pills at my desk at work, man. You know, but in my head, I'm telling myself I'm trying to escape the bad marriage I was in. That's what got me to start abusing the oxys I was prescribed. Is my wife was just so mean, you know, and abusive to me and the kids. So I would, you know, just snort, you know, and just block it out.
When I was snorting those oxys, like, and because you don't start out, you know what I mean? Like think, oh yeah, you know, you just take them oral or whatever.
No, they're too strong. You gotta work your way.
That's where it went from. I'm taking these because I've got these headaches, right? And getting my money, like I said, and buying that bottle of 30 of those, you know, of the hydromorphone, like, you know, the 30s, you know, the reds. But that's because I said I got them for $10 a piece. I think, or it was like $9.50. I think it was. Okay, I think it was $9.50. But because I was getting them from a person who was getting them for like the cancer, but they'd had the cancer for like a lot of years, so they were getting like 3.
Have you ever seen the 160s?
Yes.
The blue horse pill looking 160 oxys, man. Yes. You had to be on your deathbed literally to get them. Yeah, a buddy of mine was on his deathbed and he gave me a few of them one time.
They had a cocktail like bottles that were like circular that they would put like the cocktail in. You know what I'm saying? The people's dying cocktail. You know what I'm saying, right? The medication they were never to come off. The narcotical mix. I mean, like, those are serious things. Like, you know, people don't understand that if you're taking that, your body is taken so beyond coming back that you wouldn't give it to anyone unless they were perishing. These substances, I just want to I know we're all adults here, but they're taking like from you. I mean, like, I understand that, like, I do one, but because if you take it each day, it does not take as much from you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how come they're like, look, if you take it every day, it's not the same thing.
Well, you're staying on a certain level, I guess. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Like, I knew when I started. I'm also doing it with the help of a professional, and I pee in a cup every week, and I have to be responsible. I'm accountable. When I wasn't accountable, what I started doing was I started getting those pills, those oxys, and I started getting them into me, and then I started snorting them too. Hell, I eat them and snort them at the same time because the one gives you a little bit of a different buzz. And
yeah, I didn't think about that, and I just basically got to the point where I just always snorted them. I think I don't remember.
Doing both, really. Yeah. And I got there too. And the thing is, man, I had to have it. Listen.
I never, ever abused pills when I was a kid or teenager. I just never got into them. I mean, I did shrooms and acid and pot and
man.
And, you know, but I was never became a pillhead. Never did them. And then when I was 20. I had my first accident in 99. I had my first accident. They put me on Loratabs, which is crazy now because now I'm highly allergic to hydrocodone, so I can't have it anymore. But back then I could. Somehow I developed an allergy to hydrocodone. But anyway, so that's when I began with oxys. The next car accident, so 99, 2000, that 2000 car accident, they said, well, you know, oxys are here. You know, we just came out. There, you know, but neither.
Yeah, they gave it to my mom too. 20 milligrams. Yeah, she did. They made her feel sick.
They never told me I was going to get hooked on the stuff. That's what I'm saying. So I didn't have any prior knowledge of, or use with pills.
That's why they
then they put me on the hydrocodone pills, and I got hooked on those. And then of course I got hooked on the oxys when that came out. And You know, so yeah, I mean, and
That's
they've
what they handed them
sold
out saying to the doctors. These aren't addictive. Well, they got to be. They're not. Well, it's not
Yeah.
as. And the studies that we've shown have shown that they're not.
Yeah, they sold it. They lied. They
They
see,
lied, and that's what they
they
told them. That's
manipulate
right.
studies to get to get what they want.
Yes,
And they
yes.
sold Oxy as a safe
Same
and,
way you
and a
can
better
grab.
alternative to other to Lortabs and other stuff. And the guy got sued. Now he just got sued in charges and stuff.
Yeah, and that family, I don't know about that, but I need to look more into that before I accuse a single one of them. Sorry, I mean I know, but I just realized I have not watched that story. I know it's the family that have sold the drug company family, but I just realized that I could have just been spouting out propaganda there, and before I watch the movie, I could find out that I shouldn't have said anything. So I'm just saying, I know though that those companies, though, I will speak the company's name. I'm just not going to diss that family yet until I find out. But those companies, man, I mean, I'm not going to shout them out because I want your show to get whatever. But you know who they are.
I never care. You know, if I have to delete one show, it's one show, or I get a strike. I'm in good standing with YouTube right at the moment. So
yeah,
even if I got one strike, it's when you get 2, 3, then you got a problem. But I could. If I mean, we could sit here.
I get what you're saying. It's a context too. I'm just speaking about Moderna and Pfizer or whatever. We are talking about medication.
Well, listen. DARPA was tasked with hijacking the flu and coming up with a vaccine. And DARPA only makes weapons. They design and make weapons for the U.S. And allies maybe. But they hired a geneticist in the Air Force, a colonel in the Air Force is a geneticist, and he has bragged since that he was the one tasked with hijacking the flu and coming up with helping come up with the vaccine. And he said he didn't even know that they were going to be able to get it done, and that was just like 5 or 6 years ago, dude. So this is all their fresh chance to hijack the flu. See, they tried to hijack the flu, or they came out with the swine flu in 2009, 2010, and tried to scare everybody. They wanted that to be what COVID has been and bigger. And I got targeted.
Remember the don't fly here there with SARS and how long that was with the trying to.
I mean, there's so many attempts. Yeah, there's been many attempts. That's what I mean. I was just the swine flu wasn't enough. The swine flu was the last time that they did before they went to this flu. Of course, we've had in the middle there, we've had Ebola and Zika, all the crap, whatever too. That's fake.
Yeah, you got it.
But all right, but what I'm talking about, the swine flu. See, they literally like I said, this is 2009, 2010. They wanted to have a chaos as big as this COVID and bigger. They thought that there was going to be. They thought that there was going to be bodies stacked up everywhere, from the swine flu, and they were planning on taking over all the cruise ships and turning them into morgues and makeshift hospitals and stuff. There was so much in this classified information that I got my hands on, and I shared with Alex Shield Jones, and then I got targeted by the government for a couple of years for doing that. I blew Alex Jones's mind and everybody's mind that back then.
I know what you mean. Anytime anything on paper, it's like, oh, is there a bit of a problem? Yeah. I didn't even do it, but it appears blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, and then you think, yes, and for 2 years, that's exactly what happened. I get it.
I would do it all over. I would do it all over again, except I wouldn't share the information with Alex Jones.
Every single time, it's like, oh, do the thing and the thing and the thing and the thing. Could you possibly do that? Oh, thank you so much.
This is why I refuse to take painkillers.
Yeah, man. People don't. It's oh man. Okay, there's a God because I don't know how all these little things. Yeah, all these things they get attached to it, and all the demon and all that stuff, and all the little things, and and still here I am, and even the jail thing, right? All of a sudden, it's like, hey, Lord, how come there was the one cop, and I thought, I'm ready to go off the handle, but then, because I'd rather look at it as thank you, that then it was almost like, okay, now that's over. And I got some people reasonable. And then again and again, meaning I'm not going to say, and you better beware of the double cross and this and that and that. No, they were younger officers. They were decent. They were just okay. I tried real hard.
You got lucky. You got lucky.
What's your chest move here? What's your chest move here? You're kind of old and sick. No, I'm really attractive and I'm strong as an ox. Okay then.
All right.
Oh, gosh. You know, and that's basically it. So I mean, if you can remember that you're not Superman anymore, and I'm really thankful that I can jam out and play my guitar. I hope I quit getting angry so that I don't have a heart attack. I mean, I'm lucky. That
you gotta work on that.
The Lord's like, I feel the Lord going, Morgan. You know, like, yeah, man, yeah, and you got the ADHD and everything. So yeah, I understand. But the thing is, man, I got to be burning myself out when I'm screaming at 1,000. You know what I mean, like decibels. The truth, because at the same time it's like, right, but the love of the Lord's still in you, right, Morgan? Oh yeah. Decibel down, decibel down. Exactly, man. I can't just let the fucking fact that I've got no one sticking me with a pain stick in the side because I have the freedom to, you know what I'm saying, like to go. Now I can express the pain I couldn't when I was 6 or 7. You know what I mean? It's like, hey man, that's cool, but do you like always being there in your head? No, I don't. You know what I mean, right? No, I don't.
Yes.
And I'm really getting tired of being angry. Like, not that you're not angry.
Well, you know, and you know what? You got to be careful because when you pray for patience, ooh boy, he puts you through more stuff until he breaks you, until you just give up and you're like, all right, I'll just be patient, you know. But and I went through that myself. Look, man,
I want to do what he's got for me to do today. I understand that it might not be. But that's where his rod and his staff, they comfort me when I know, oh, hey, God, is that you? Yeah, do this, do that. No, I see what you're doing. You're saying a little bit too much on the plate there. I would just, it'd be like, nothing wrong with wanting to do things, Morgan, and wanting to be the guy that did this thing. But less portion, man, less portion, and just be a guy. You don't have to be the star, but you want to be. Why? Because, you went to Toronto. You know what I mean? Yeah, you did the big thing for me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like he did it for me too. I needed that because I felt, well, I don't know. Maybe God's awesome, and He let me do it. He let me do it. I practiced that, though. I practiced. I had to be able to pull it off. You know, the skill playing the guitar and singing my songs. But you get to do it downtown, man. I mean, downtown Toronto, like for a Canadian boy, you get to do it downtown Toronto. You know, outside the Sky Dome after a special event. You know, no, Cito Gasson, actually, they gave him the Lifetime Achievement Award or the induction to the Hall of Fame or whatever, Baseball Hall of Fame. And I'm just sitting there playing my guitar, singing my songs.
Somebody is actually knocking at my door. I'm gonna probably wrap this up, man, because I think somebody is here to see me. But so hey, man, it's been great, man. And look, bro, just hang in there.
I just wanted to spend some time with a friend, really. And
yeah, man, it's been good hearing your story, and you know, I'll be praying for you. Yeah, and I've been there too, man. So I know what it's like. I know you don't.
I'm under a lot of stress and trying to just give it to the Lord and say, Lord, I know what we got to do. I'm not going to say, do the thing for me, Lord. Like, no, Lord, I understand that because you love me, you have a plan for what's going on now, and I'm going to look for that as opposed to just looking to be reactive to each stage that's going on.
Time is too short.
No, I want to know what you got going on, Lord. You have me focus on His boy, right? Like if I'm cool enough to get upset, I'm also cool enough to tell him, hey, by the way, I know we're doing the court thing. Don't think I'm a big monster now to have you. I got upset because the Lord Jesus Christ knows your value and thinks that you're worth more than being shown how to steal and shit from poor people, because the Lord's got better things in your life prepared for you than that. And I mean, you might not feel that. I don't know. I hope your dad loves you, but you know what? If you feel like your dad maybe done you a hard deal because of all this, just know that like that's not the end all be all of life. You know, like a sun shines on you and it shines on me because you're cared about and loved. Even if it's a freako weirdo guy that you know what I mean, getting in a court case with your dad because of it. I mean,
stay on the right side, man. Time is so short. We just need to stay on the right side, stand up against evil, and you know, and make sure we don't give in to the beast system. Yeah. But brother, man, I do have to wrap it up.
We're out of here. All right.
Yeah, brother, man. I'll see you next time. Thank you, bro. Thank you for joining. Hey, everybody, have a great one. God bless you all. I've got to go, but you know,